three, four. Ooh, 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 ooh. Well, my heart knows it better than I know myself.
Hello. Hi there. Welcome to episode 11 of the Nitty Digit podcast. I am your host, Jay, and if you are new, I'm so glad you found me. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back and watching me as I go. Anyway, I have a lot to show you, so let's start. First off, I want to show you what's off my needles. I'm been booking it in regards to knitting. Um, do you have any guesses? Yes. My Wonder Woman socks. Yeah. So I just finished these Thursday night. It's very good. I'm very glad I got it in time to be able to give it to my friend tonight. We are watching the series finale of Smash, so I wanted to finish these before that time. So, yep, my Wonder Woman socks are off the needles. The dirty details are the pattern is my own regular vanilla socks, 64 stitches, on a 1.5 US 1.5 2.5 millimeter needles. The yarn, the yarn is No Makers in their House Gnome base, and the colorway is called Wonder Woman. Obviously, why I call them my Wonder Woman socks. And I think they turned out really well. And I like how it pooled. It's exactly how I wanted it to do. I wish it was more linear, the stripes. So, here. Like, you see how it kind of goes this way? It would be kind of nice if it went, and you see how the block is like one big block thin, while on the other side, if you look, but, I don't know. And I completely forgot, not forgot, more of, I got lazy and just didn't do it. I wanted to soak it and block it out so that, you see the lines, but she won't care. So, and these are super wash, so I will tell her she can put them in the wash. So that is what's off my needles. What are still on my needles are, excuse me, and I completely forgot to grab water. Oh well, it's okay. Alright, still on my needles are the pointelle. I have a hoe, if you remember. So here's the right one. So I was hoping to finish these as well, but I got sucked in the project that I'm going to show you next. But I got some good work on it. I am now at the gusset. Ooh, excuse me. I am at the gusset. I'm decreasing for the gusset. I'm halfway through, and then I just have the foot and then the toe. And thankfully, I have small feet, so I don't have to do too much work. So I figured this will be a phone next week. If I can get it. So this is the pointelle pattern by Cookie A in her Knit Sock Love book. The needles are US 1s, 2.25, and the yarn is Lisa Souza in her Sock Merino in the colorway Berry Poppins. So this is the left one, and it's turning out really nice. But, so remember when I said I made a huge mistake and all that stuff? Well, the huge mistake was a drop stitch. And you can see it, right? Can you see it? Yeah, right there. Yuck. Oh well. It's for me. It's not a present, so. See? Oh well. It's alright. It's all good. I don't know why this left sock is giving me a little bit more problems than the right one, but anyway. Almost there. Alright. what I have been massively working on, other than the Wonder Woman socks, has been my Elizabeth Zimmerman's pie shawl. And you'll see if I can open it. I don't know why I closed these things. So here you go. Here's what I have been working on. See, if I had a partner in crime, he or she would be able to help me, but I lost my bag. Oh well. So this is what I've been working on massively. Because again, it's nice to, when I come home and watch my shows, it's really nice to just be able to do non-chart work. And the only thing is increasing. That's pretty easy. So I figure it's gonna look so I'm at the white part. So I ran out of my abstract fibers in the Matisse Base Seattle colorway. And then the white, or I mean, it's supposed to be I think it's a Spirit of Yellow. I still haven't looked it up. Is the silky silky Socks that Rock from Blue Moon Fiber Arts in the Moray colorway, which I really think it's a Spirit of Yellow. It's their Spirit colorway. And then what I was gonna do is I was going to do the gray first, which is this one, which is the Ranch. Here I have the tag. Ranch of the Oaks in their Alpaca Surrey Huacaya base. No, oh, lot number 77. I was gonna do this first, but I realized that since I have more of the silky, I figure I can do at least 10 to 20 rows on the white, and then for the edging have this, since this has less yardage and I can use this up more. So I'm trying to decide if I really want to do 40 rounds or if I just want to make this a humongous pie shawl blankie. That would be fun, right? It's depending on how I feel, because I'm actually, it's really addicting. I'll just keep knitting and knitting and knitting until I realize, oh, I should really work on something else. So I wish I could show you how it's pretty big. So it's getting there. So I'm really happy how this is turning out. It's not what I expected, but I'm fine with that. So making sure I didn't screw that up. Okay. All right. So that is what's on my needles. Now I'm trying to decide. So excuse me, sorry. Stay. So I'm trying to decide. So just one more row, and Knittables is doing combined cow for stripy socks. And I have a good amount of stripy sock yarn. And since my commuter project, which was the Wonder Woman socks, are done, I'm trying to see if I want to start the cow. I've actually never done a cow. No, excuse me, I did once. I did one Cookie A when her first book came out, Sock Innovation. I did one KO, and I didn't have a bad experience, but it wasn't appealing to me at the time where I was. But now I really want to do it again. And now that I have better knitting experience, and it's just going to be stockinette stitch, and it's going to be stripy socks. And I have not knit stripy socks since December when I was massively knitting these stripy socks for my bosses. It's a long story. And I was kind of tired of it, so that's why I put that away, did something else, and have been doing more chart work socks. But now I really want to do them again. So I'm kind of hemming back and forth if I should start it, wind it up. But I have an idea for what I want to knit up. So I have it out. Oh my goodness. Okay. You're not, okay. So the camera's not showing the true colors. I guess cameras can't show neon. It is from Friday Studios in her, I think her usual base. It's 100 grams, 425 meters, superwash wool, 75% superwash wool, polyamide, 25%, which means nylon, in my opinion. And it's called Hawaii. Now, it looks pastel-y in the camera, but it's neon. It's like neon green, neon yellows, and a little bit of lighter green and pink. Pink! So, I really, 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 really want to knit this up. It's making me think of summer, of tropical, and I can be back to knitting stripy socks again. But I have to be good, and I should really be good, and put my pie shawl in for my commuter, since it's just straight stockinette stitch and whatnot, but it's getting too big. That's another thing. It's getting too big. So in my mind, even though I have everything scanned up for the next in my queue, and I could probably start one of the socks that are in my queue that's ready, that should be worked on, since it's stashed from like 3 years ago, and this is only one. It's stripy. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I mean, the queue is what I make of it, right? It's not a demanding teacher saying, you must do this, right? We'll see. Anyway, okay. Alright, so let's go on to nails. Now, my nails is going to be cut into 2 parts. And I'm first going to do my usual, what are on my nails. But I have a huge backstory of what has been on my nails for the past week. So, I have had massive, what I call nail ADHD, or ADD. It's basically, I can't focus on any color that I want to put on my nail. And then I get bored. If I do focus and I do put on a color, I get bored and decide, no, that's not what I want, and go to another color, and then go to another color, and then, and so I'm going to quickly review what has been on my nails for the past week, show you what is on my nails now, and then go on to the next segment, which I think will be fun, but we'll see. So I showed you my glittery nails, the one with the I don't know Jacques, and then my Vivid Lacquers I deglaze with wine. Okay, so I showed you that. Well, immediately after my performance, because of all the layers, and I don't know, I was in a picky mood after. I was tired. I kind of peeled it off while I was eating dinner. So immediately when I got home, because my parents took me out to dinner, They took me home. Actually, I drove home. Anyway, back to the concept. I immediately went home, took off whatever was remaining on my nail from the peeling, and I put on Rescue Beauty's Starry Night. I lost the tag for it. Okay. Because I haven't used a lot of my Rescue Beauty lately. And they cost $18 a bottle. I know you're not supposed to shake it like this, but it's better. It shows the color better if I do it that way. That lasted from Saturday night to Monday night. And then I immediately said meh because of certain reasons that I'll talk about later. And then put on, if I could put this away. Ooh. I then immediately put on Julep Julienne. And that lasted me until Friday night. I actually got satisfied with this color for a while because it was not, the problem is that I think I'm just kind of, I want my polish to be light because it's summer, it's getting close to summer, technically it's spring, and I want it to be nice and light and going with the color, but I have a lot of dark colors and I want the rich and depth. I want the depth, but the light. The depth with the light. And so this, I found, appeased me because it looks like it's a kind of blue, but it's not. It's like a blue. Ooh, there you go. Okay, so it looks blue. Kind of looks turquoise. That's kind of weird. It has depth to it because it looks kind of like a denim. But once you put it on, it looks like a lilac, and it kind of changes with the color. It's really, I like it. I actually really like it. So it appeased me. It very much appeased me. That lasted until Friday night, and then I realized for the podcast I wanted to do something interesting because I couldn't just keep swatching for you. The whole point of this was to kind of expand my horizons, right? Well, I put on some, it was Sally, oh, I don't have it on me. It was Sally Hansen's Mermaid's Tale, which was what I got from one of the from one of the group members at TFIMP. And I put it on and I really liked it with this in the background. And I put on my usual top coat and I saw that it was lifting. So I immediately took it off. Then I said, okay, well, if that's the case, I should put on some color. And I wanted to keep with the Mermaid's Tail, which is dark. So I took the other Sally Hansen, which was black and blue, put that, and as I just put on the top coat and I was waiting for it to dry, I looked at it and said, no, too dark, too dark, no, 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 no. I don't like it, don't like it. It's not hitting the right chord. It's not hitting the right chord. So then kind of looked around, was trying to look at something that was more fun and enticing and not just the same old thing all over again. So what I did was, but I wanted light. Again, I wanted light. Ooh, that didn't sound good. So I took two julep colors because I kind of like the julep. I'm jiving with the julep. So, and so I took two colors that I've already done and I switched them up. So I had Jennifer, which is a nice light pink, on my pinky, my middle finger, my pinky, my, no, thumb, middle finger, pinky, And then I had Layla on my ring finger and my index finger. Layla did what it did the last time for my birthday mani, which was it was a nice kind of pearly matte, which I liked a lot. Very much reminded me of chalk, which was what they were going for in their collection. But Jennifer, bad Jennifer, she was streaky. She was just so streaky and just, I mean, and it didn't look very good on my nail, so look. It just didn't look right. But I kept it on because by that time it was 2 o'clock in the morning and I just wanted to go to bed. Oh, there you go. See, it just doesn't look right. I don't know why I keep going for the light pinks that don't look good. So I kept it on. Kept it on until Saturday. Because by the way, it's Sunday. Kept it on. I washed my car. Like, I actually washed my car. I didn't go say, here, wash my car. I washed it. I scrubbed it. I hosed it down. I scrubbed again. And it kind of lasted, but it wasn't hitting me again. Because again, the pink was just getting too it was too streaky. It wasn't good. And I've said this before about Jennifer, and I was hoping that I would be wrong, but it's because it's me. But it was too streaky, so I'll probably have to use this as some sort of like back, or I don't know. I've used too much of it though, so I'll do something with it. So then Saturday night, I decided that I wanted to do a full-on pedicure and manicure and just relax. So I grabbed 2 bottles of wine. No, I didn't drink both of them. So I had a little bit left of the white wine. Drank that during dinner. And then opened up a red and had a bath. And I did the full-on scrub, everything. And for my toes, so I was trying to be artistic with my toes, right? So I didn't bring it up because I forgot. So I put a Rescue Beauty, the Jane from the Real Housewives of Henry VIII. I had Jane, and then I tried to dot them with China Glaze High Roller, right? High Roller. And now I know why. In salons, they only do nail art on your big toe. Your little toes don't have enough room. So it didn't look good. So I just covered it over with the red. And I'm not going to pull my foot up again. Alright, I will. You convinced me. See? I'll have a better picture at the end. So I just covered it all up with High Roller. And put the Freedom coat on because I wasn't going to put the Jealousins. No. Saving that for my fingernails, not my toenails. And I gotta use it up. So that's what I did on my toes. And then I just kept hemming and hawing, like, what am I gonna do? It's this thing where it's like, it's nagging me. I want light, but the dark colors are calling to me. But then it's too dark, and then I just want depth. I want depth and fun, but I want it light and airy. And so what I did is I did another sandwich, jelly sandwich. And I couldn't find this on their website anymore. They must have taken it down. I did their rock candy nail glaze candy. And it's very much a glaze. And then in between each layer, I went back to my VL ID Glaze with one because I love it. And it was not on my nails long enough, in my opinion. So I only did, how many layers did I do? I did about 4 very thin layers. Very, very thin layers because I know how thickly things can build up now. Like I think 4 thin layers is like the max. And then if I put Jealous on it, put Jealous in the SV, it's the right kind of layer. Um, so so this is what it looks like. See, it's kind of light. So the one thing about this glaze is definitely a glaze. It's not a full-on cream. It's not, because some of Julep's thing is it's either it's a cream or it's a glitter. And their glaze is definitely not a cream. Some of their creams can be what do you call it, a jelly, where it's not too creamy, so you can do the fun things about that you can do with jellies. But this is like very much like they meant it to be. They meant it to be used as a layering product. So I'm pretty happy. It is kind of thick, but not too thick. Like if you see, it's a slight. It's not too much. It's not too much of a hump. And that was the other thing. So you notice how short my nails are? I'm very much a nubbing girl. I like my nails to be nubbiny. Not too numb. Not too numb. Ugh. Not too short that, you know, you can't have a somewhat of a free edge, but I don't like the edge where you could see it full on and it's just, ugh. No, I don't like it. I don't. It's just too long for me. So I'm really happy with it. And I'm not going to put another layer of my Jealous and SV because then it will get too thick. So, let's just show you. I mean, I can see some tip wear on this one a little because I was scratching last night. Scratching my hand and it kind of, because it wasn't really dry. So it's nice and light, but without being so dark or just too, like it's, I didn't want anything noticeable. I don't know, I just didn't want anything to be like, wow. But this is like nice and it's fun without it being like poppy. And like the yellow is popping out. And then once you saw the yellow, you saw Layla. Once you saw Layla, then you saw streaky Jennifer, and it just wasn't working. It just wasn't working. And then the dark blue wasn't hitting it. The lilac blue was hitting it, and then I ruined it. And I wasn't going to do it over again because I just didn't feel like it. So that is my story, and I'm sticking to it, and hopefully I will not have this problem anymore. I want to have a week-long or more nail color that doesn't make me want to go, wee! I want it off my nails. I don't want to get bored anymore. I want to be stable Jennifer. So, yeah, that is my story, and what is of why my nails are the way they are. So, next segment. I don't think I'm going to do this often, but I think it would be kind of fun. So, I'm calling it the oh my goodness, I lost them. See, this is why I write things down. I'm pitting 2 brands together. The clash of the brands. Of the what's, you know, the when when garage bands come together. Clash of the brands. I'm going to call it that. And if I remember what it is later on, I'll put it that way. But I'm pitting two brands. And this time I am pitting against each other, Rescue Beauty and Julep. So kind of putting the stats together, Rescue Beauty Lounge is run by the wonderful G Bayek in New York City. They retail about $18. They used to be less than that, but they are $18. She is known for her 4 free colors. They're 4 free, and also they do not do animal testing, and they are known for their depth in color and also being very easy to put on. Their formula is supposed to be very good and very easy to put on. And she says on her website that she will make the technicians give her 5 tries before they are just right. She's a perfectionist, so it's supposed to be the best, the perfectionist version of a nail polish. And the one fighting in Rescue Beauty Lounge's place is Stormy Night. Julep. Now Julep is known for their 4 free. Not sure about animal testing, but it's also run by a wonderful woman named Jane, who used to be, I believe she used to work at Starbucks, based in Seattle. Their motto is working for women. They're powered by women. They give a portion of their money to women's groups. There is no specific group that they give to. So that's one thing. They are known for their simple colors that are named after women. Nothing else in regards to formula or whatnot that they're known for, but that's the stats on Julep. So, how did they fare? So, as I said before, Stormy Night was only on my nails from Sunday night to Monday night. When I put it on, the formula itself was nice. It actually went on very nice. It wasn't too thick. It wasn't too runny. It covered the nail quite nicely. I could have just gone around with 1 coat, but I put on 2 just so that I could have more depth. So formula, that's one thing. In regards to color and opacity, it was good. As I said, I could have gone around with 1 and it was just fine. Longevity. So I'm going to base it, so as you can see, so I'm basing it on formula, color, and longevity. Those are my 3s. So longevity, I'm giving it 1 star. Not even a 1 star, half a star. It started chipping from day 1. And I don't know if it's because I don't know if it's because it's a little bit older. I got these maybe 3 years ago. So that's another thing, is in regards to longevity, is that if you're going to pay $18, I am not going to throw away your nail polish after 3 months. I know some people argue about, you really should throw away your makeup, including nail polish, after 3 months. BS. I'm sorry. If I'm going to pay $18 on a bottle, I am not throwing it away at 3 months. I'm going to keep it until it runs dry. And the fact that it's only 3 years old and it's starting to smell vinegary. And I don't want to throw it away because I paid $18 on this. And it doesn't last me that long. I had massive tip wear by Monday. What? $18. While this, so Julep, which this is known for it being a chip free, no chips. I have to say there's power behind this. So let me first go through my first formula. A little thick. I found that most of my juleps are thick. It's thicker than China glaze, thicker than OPI. It's thick. But now I see why. Because it's durability, boom. Oh my goodness. So color. Sorry, I'm kind of skipping. Color, great. I could have gone with one coat on this and I would have been fine. But again, I did two because I wanted more depth, or I just wanted to. I'm just a creature of habit. So, so formula thick, but color amazing, and longevity. Oh my goodness! I almost made you just deal with the clash of the brands and not have done a new color, because this could have lasted me a long while, because I put it on Monday night and Friday night. So Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Thursday, then Thursday to Friday. 4 days. 4 days. No tip wear. I am not lying. No tip wear at all. So I think that's why they have a thick formula, is so that it covers. And I don't wrap my tips. I don't do that because my nails are too short. I found that if I even tried, cleanup was hard. It was just too hard, not worth it. So but if I paint my nails and I put it all the way to the tip, this thickness, even though it's thick and sometimes a pain in the tush to put on because it's just so thick, it's worth it because longevity is amazing. I really wanted to see how long it lasted. I really did. But then I wanted to do something more for you guys, and then I ruined it, and I was so mad. I was so PO'd. So, the winner, hands down, between these two, this. So, retail, $11 if you're a Maven, but it's about $18 as well. So if you're not a Maven and you're just a happenstance person buying nail polish, if you had a budget of $18 and you had to choose between Rescue Beauty and Julep, hands down, I would go with this one, hands down. But that is my personal opinion. If you guys have found different results, I would love to hear about it. But that's my new segment. Clash of the Brands. So, fun times. All right. Now on to books. So, through all my kerfuffle of coming back from Georgia and then my grandma passing away and whatnot, I missed the Bard's birthday, Shakespeare. His birthday is April 23rd, and I missed it. How could I miss it? So I am going back in time, and I'm celebrating the Bard's birthday. So I am a huge Shakespeare fan, hence why I'm making you all go back and celebrate his birthday. My favorite is As You Like It, and Much Ado About Nothing. So I actually really like his comedies more than his dramas, but I think, I think Hamlet is really good. I have not read the Merchant of Venice. I find that I just tend to veer more towards his comedies than his dramas. Like Romeo and Juliet, you would think as a huge hopeless romantic, I would love that drama. I hate it. Absolutely downright hate it. The only time I will watch Romeo and Juliet is if a family member is in it, and I will sit through it and I will clap and whatnot, but I won't like it, or if it's Baz Luhrmann. Yeah, that's the only time. I hate it. It's just, duh. It's teenage angst and its most profound not goodness. He's much smarter than that. Like, As You Like It, just so witty, so yeah. And Much Ado About Nothing. The wit. Oh, the whip. The wit. I really want to read The Taming of the Shrew, which you would think I would have read it. I would have read it, but I haven't. So that's on my to-do list, is to read Taming of the Shrew. His wit. He's just so witty. I love him. As kids, my parents, to kind of help educate us, they bought the huge Encyclopedia Britannica, and as part of it, I don't know, maybe it was part of it, or my mom just bought it. They got the complete works of Shakespeare, and my sister and I would randomly take it off the bookshelf and start running through it. My sister sat down and read through the whole entire thing. I never got around to doing it. Her reading level was a little bit higher than mine. Surprising enough, because I read a lot, but I read a lot of other stuff, and she pounded through that thing, and I will, but because I have to. It's the Bard. So these are my two. Let me know what your favorite is, or if you hate Shakespeare. I love Shakespeare. I was very excited when I was finishing up my undergrad degree, which was English, and one of the classes was Shakespeare. And I was just like, yes, I can read Shakespeare. I will have fun with it. And of course, what did we read? Was Romeo and Juliet and Much Ado About Nothing, which I love. Much Ado About Nothing. I enjoyed that one. And Hamlet. It's like all the plays that I've already read. I'm like, really? Come on. Because I took a Shakespeare class also in high school. So, and we read Hamlet and Much Ado. No. Midsummer's Night's Dream. So, yeah. So, yeah. The Bard. But related to the Bard is, people must have heard about this one, because I heard about this about 3 years ago and finally read it recently, and it's a pretty darn good book. It's called My Name Is Will by Jess Winfield. Jess Winfield, I believe, used to work at Pixar. Where's the biography? Read. I swear there was a... Oh, sorry about the author. He worked at Disney. Sorry, excuse me. He worked at Disney, and then he left to write this book. And how I found out about this book was in the newspaper, because he used to be a local. It says he lives in Los Angeles, but he was a local in the sense that he used to go to UC Berkeley, and he based this book in UC Berkeley. And UC Berkeley in Santa Cruz. I swear I saw him. No. I swear I read that he went to UC Berkeley. Anyway, back to the main thought. So when I read the article and I looked it up and I put it on my to-read list, and I got this for Christmas, so my sister got me this. I thought it was intriguing. It was very intriguing. So let me read you the back. So the name again is, so the full name of the book is My Name is Will, a novel of sex, drugs, and Shakespeare. Willie Shakespeare Greenberg is not living up to his name. It's 1986, and instead of finishing his thesis on the Bard, this grad student is saying yes to drugs, betting co-eds, and delivering a giant psychedelic mushroom to a mysterious collector. Meanwhile, or rather, back in 1582, would-be playwright William Shakespeare is an 18-year-old Latin teacher whose world is turned upside down when a stranger entrusts him with a sacred relic from Rome, drawing him into an underground network of Catholic dissidents. When the lives of William and William begin to eerily intertwine, their wild misadventures will shape not only the Shakespeare each is destined to become, but the very course of history itself. Now, it was very, to kind of put a review, my review is that it's interesting. If you're a Bard lover, read it. Very interesting. But, there's a but. I thought the way they merged together was maybe too obvious. It's again with the blind assassin that I talked about last week, where I hate when I know what's going to happen. I hate it. I don't want to know. I want to be surprised. I want to be able to go up and say, "Oh, what?" That's just how I am. So when they started kind of showing the stories and seeing how it goes, I'm kind of like, oh, I kind of know how they're going to do it. And that kind of took a little bit of the fun out of it. It was clever, but not as clever as I would have liked it. So that's my only caveat, is that to me it wasn't as, once I figured out how it was going to be, it wasn't as intriguing. But it's a good read. There's some parts where they take liberties out of William Shakespeare, his life, but it's intriguing nonetheless. If you're not into books that take liberties of history, then it's not for you. If you kind of want to, if you enjoy fiction that is very risque and it touches on, poetry and the plays and whatnot, then check it out. I really suggest you check it out. It's fun. The language is good. It goes with the story. It's very provocative and descriptive in the right places. Not too descriptive where you just want to say, be done with it and just let's go. And I felt the dialogue was not stilted. I felt it was well. I thought it was well written. I did feel though that some of the plot twists, like not plot twists, but just kind of certain moments of the book was just, how do I describe this? It made the prude in me cringe a little, like, I don't want to know, I don't want to know. But it was risque, and that was the point, was to just kind of say, hey, this dude is kind of going down that road. So, yeah. And the theme of the Bard and his birthday. This is a great way to celebrate his life. In a way, he's reading his plays and reading how he has inspired future books. So there you go. So that's my book talk of the week. No wish list. None. I actually wasn't grabby. I wasn't like itching or grabby or ooh, I want. I was not panting. Shirtwood, on the other hand, so I wasn't itchy and grabby in regards to yarn or nail polish. I do know what I would like, but I wasn't kind of like, oh, I really, really want this. I was going crazy over the shirt roots this week. They had a llama with a little eyeglass and said "Indeed." They had a really the derby was like black on white on black, and they had a black T-shirt with white showing the TARDIS, and I'm just like, ah. Ugh. They had a lot of other fun stuff too, but I can't spend. I cannot spend. So no wish lists, etc., etc., etc. So the performance went well. I got a ton of woots. You know the woots where you go like woohoo, and they weren't from people I know or parents. So yay! I got some unknowing woots. I was very happy about that. I was sad that I couldn't get more people to come. But yeah, I mean it was short notice thinking back, and a lot of people are busy, so I was kind of sad and was slightly upset certain people didn't come, but I let it go after I ran and ran. But I let it go. So, and understood, and I calmed down. But other than that, not much going on. Yeah, just kind of living life. So I don't have any future performances. Oh, video. There is actually 2 versions of video, but one is made professionally by the center that I was performing for, and they charge. And since it's a non-profit, I don't feel comfortable putting that up there because yes, they charge $25 for the video, but it's for a nonprofit. They help people who love to dance learn how to dance. So I'm not going to steal that. The other video is made on my mom's iPad, and iPad mini, and it's too big to share unless it's on YouTube, and then I again don't want to put anything on there that strips the center of its money, so I'm not going to put it up. So you're going to just have to trust my word that it's good. So anyway, that's about it. I am a little bit longer than I was hoping to be, but meh, oh well. Alright, you guys, I hope you have a great rest of your Memorial Day weekend. For those who have lost people in war or are still out fighting the good fight, I give you all my hearts and hugs and kisses. And yeah, and just remember that it's just not National Barbecue Day. It's for people who served. Like both of my grandpas, they served. My grandpa Hollowich, my grandpa Hollowich served in World War II as well as my mom's dad in World War II. My grandpa H was in Normandy. He was the second wave. He was the wave that got lost and landed on the wrong island, and which saved his life and ended up having us. My grandpa my mom's dad, he helped the American Army. My mom called him an errand boy, but that's still a huge thing. So yeah, it's in memory of them. It is the start of summer, but it is in memory of those who help us keep moving on. So anyway, have a great rest of your week and have a great nitty-gritty day. Bye.
I came across a place in the middle of nowhere with a big black horse and a cherry tree. I felt a little fear upon my back. I said, don't look back, just keep on walking. When the big black horse said, look this way, he said, hey.